Hi, my name is Katie Hinkle, and this is my California Courts discussion board for this week. California has two types of state courts, trial courts, also known as superior courts, and the appellate courts, made up of the courts of appeal and the California Supreme Court. The California Constitution also establishes the Judicial Council, which is also the governing body of the California courts and is chaired by the California Supreme Court. This system is the largest in the world. It consists of more than 2,000 judicial officers, and it is divided into 3 tiers of courts. How can California courts relate to the federal court system? In terms of how California courts relates, they appropriate independently. The federal court system is more separate and handles cases involving federal law and constitutional issues and disputes between states or involving citizens of different states. As for state courts, like here in California, primarily deal with the state laws and regulations, but there can be overlaps. For example, a case might be heard in state court if it involves state law, but it could, however, be moved to the federal court if it raises federal questions. My county that I decided to do is Riverside. There are 13 superior courts within Riverside County. In California, superior courts, also known as trial courts, as I mentioned, handle a wide range of cases, including both civil and criminal matters, family law, probate, and juvenile cases and appeals. There are tiers of fact. They determine who was right or wrong in civil disputes and who was innocent and guilty in in criminal cases. This is the map of all of the courts of appeals. Riverside County is part of the 4th Appellate District, if you look here at the bottom. The California Courts of Appeals, it's a district court of appeals that hear from appeals from superior courts and judicial state agencies. They are geographically divided into 6 districts, 8 divisions, and 9 court locations. Unlike superior courts, they normally decide questions of law, not the fact per se. The Courts of Appeal process has more than 20,000 filings annually, and they dispose of fewer than 10,000 matters through written opinions. The Courts of Appeal review the majority of appealable orders or judgments from the Superior Court. California Supreme Court. The California Supreme Court is at the pinnacle of the system. Its purpose is to raise important constitutional issues and to maintain legal uniformity through the state. When it speaks, other courts do listen, not only here in California, but also in other states and throughout the federal judiciary. Because of the heavy volume, this court must be selective in what it chooses to hear and what it chooses to say. They hear oral arguments for only 1 week every month. They are in session, and the courts consist of chief justices and associate justices, which you will see in the next slide. The current justices. We have the Chief Justice, who is Patricia Guerrero, and the Associate Justice, who is Carol Corrigan, Joshua Corbin. We have Goodwin Liu, Martin Jenkins, Leandra Kruger, and Kelly Evans. The Missouri Plan. All levels in California employ a version of the Missouri Plan, which combines both elections and appointments. This hybrid method is based on two assumptions only. For one, the fellow lawyers can be best assets that attributes of judicial candidates. And 2, in a representative democracy, ultimate accountability to the voters is important, even for the judges. The California uses a modified Missouri Plan, also known as the Merit Plan. It's a method of appointing judges in which the governor's office conducts an investigation of applicants in order to submit the list to the Judicial Nominees Evaluation Commission for a formal vetting process, which is not made to the public. The Judicial Council of California is under leadership of the Chief Justice, who you guys just seen, and in accordance with the California Constitution. The Council is responsible for ensuring the consistent, independent, impartial, and accessible administration of justice. Judicial council staff may help implement these council policies, and there are 31 council positions along with 31 members, but I'm just going to list all of the positions today. So for chair, there is one Chief Justice of California. The Supreme Court has one Associate Justice. The State Bar has 4 attorney-at-laws. The Secretary only has 1 administrative director. The Legislature has 2 members, 1 from the California State Assembly and 1 from the State Senate. Next, we have Courts of Appeal. There are 2 Associate Justices. There's 1 from the 3rd District and 1st Appellate District, which is Division 3. There's also 1 Administrative Presiding Justice of Court of Appeal from the 5th Appellate District. From trial courts, there are 5 judges of the Superior Court. The counties vary from Los Angeles, Tehama, San Francisco, Kern, San Diego, and Mendocino. There are 3 presiding judges at the Superior Court from counties in Sacramento, San Diego, and Orange, along with 2 assistant proceeding judges of the Superior Court from the county of Los Angeles and Shasta. Advisory members, there are 9. You have 2 judges of the Superior Court, from both of them are from the county of San Bernardino. You have 3 executive officers of the Superior Court from Contra Costa, Santa Barbara, and Orange, along with 1 commissioner of the Supreme Court from the county of San Bernardino, 1 associate justice from the 4th Appellate District, Division 1, 1 clerk executive officer of appeal from the 1st Appellate District, and 1 presiding judge of the Superior Court from the county of San Bernardino as well. Their meeting information is very clear. There are links down below to where you can see. The meetings are kind of are held different days, but this one, it was held on March 21st. They are all held at 12 p.m. for the most part, all at the same location in San Francisco. However, some of them are held via Zoom or video conferences. One agenda item discussed was the current dollar amounts under Code of Civil Procedure. Reading through it at the bottom, it does let you know that this was not approved at the end of the meeting. My reflection, I was asked a question whether it's something I would want to work for the courts one day. And I would 100% work for the courts one day, specifically as an attorney. My future career is to become a prosecutor, to work within the criminal cases. I haven't decided if I want to do in-state or out-of-state, so that's something I'm still looking into, but learning all this information about courts is very interesting. This is obviously the Riverside Courthouse. As it shows, I do want to say thank you, and I hope you all enjoyed and learned something very valuable from my presentation.